What's going on, everybody? Peter Dewey with FanSided here, and today I'm joined by New Orleans Pelicans guard CJ McCollum. CJ, I appreciate you taking some time to join me. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Doing great. I'm excited to get to talk to you, and especially about this season. You and the Pelicans, extremely exciting team between yourself, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson. Where do you see yourselves ranking it in the Western Conference this season? What are your expectations or goals for this campaign?
Yeah, I think there's room for a lot of growth on some of the things we did. Some of the things we did well last season, and I think there's room for improvement in terms of execution, in terms of health. Obviously, we were great defensively the entire season. We had some slippage on offense after January 1st when Z went down. So just being able to collectively come together, do things better, more crisp, faster, take care of the ball, prevent second chance opportunities. And for us, it's about positioning ourselves for the playoffs, avoiding the playing game, and doing what we can to try to host a playoff game at home this year.
You mentioned the health, obviously, for your team, and Zion, obviously one of the big guys who needs to stay healthy for you guys. How's it been this training camp, this preseason? You know, having him on the floor and obviously having Brandon on the floor as well. With you guys kind of full unit so far.
It's been a lot of fun. We've been able to see the elite talent that they both possess, how they work the floor, how they space, what shots they like to take, where they get to, the amount of attention the defense has to pay towards them. Those things have been very prevalent throughout camp. And I think for us, it's just about competing, learning each other, learning spacing, and learning how to execute, over the course of a 48-minute game.
Definitely. I want to talk a little bit about your personal life because you became a dad a couple of years ago. How has that experience been for you, both on the court and off the court, but getting to have your son be able to watch you kind of in your NBA career now?
It's been amazing to be able to be a father, to watch my son grow and develop, and to see his love for sports and his love for his dad, and being able to touch the ball, say ball is like his second word. He's the mama, and then he was ball. So being able to kind of go through that period of time with him has been really special for me. I've always envisioned, being able to play and having my kid, be a part of my career and being able to see it and actually remember it. So I think that would be really cool for us. And just the experiences overall as a father, from, changing diapers and, being able to partner with Pampers and learn about Pampers swaddlers and learn about leak protection and blowouts, and actually having, the baby poop through the diaper and have a blowout on your actual shirt multiple times. I think it's just, all those things have been a really, really cool, nasty, but cool experience for me. And I think now in this partnership with Pampers Swaddlers, seeing them be able to prevent up to 100% of leaks and blowouts has been a really cool experience for both my wife and I.
Yeah. Is that what mostly are you most excited about with this partnership, obviously for the season?
Well, I love a good diaper. Babies pee and poop a lot, so that's one thing that's really, really important and vital in motherhood and fatherhood, is the protection of the clothes, the protection of the baby. And the other part of it is just having an authentic partnership, right? Like, I think as an NBA player, you try to find things that bring you joy, bring you happiness, and make your life easier. I think Pampers does that, and hopefully I'm able to do that for them as well, with a genuine partnership of a person who's a hooper and many things, but most importantly, a father.
That's awesome. CJ, one thing I always think about when I think about you and your career is the Duke Lehigh upset in the NCAA tournament. Obviously, one of the greatest upsets of all time. What did that experience at the time mean to you? And then obviously now that you get to kind of look back on it, because I feel like every year in March Madness, we get the throwbacks, and it's, the CJ McCollum game going crazy against Duke. So how important is that to you to kind of have that always in your career?
It's a staple for me. It was like my coming out party. I always knew I was ready and built for the lights and built for that moment. But I think the whole world got to see me up close and personal on the largest stage against, a prestigious institution in Duke. Without that game, I think my career is probably a little different. I think how I'm viewed is probably a little different. So I'm thankful that I was prepared, that I had the opportunity to play against them. And I'm thankful that I was able to be the best version of myself on the largest stage that a college kid can have, especially from a small school.
Going back, just thinking about that game, going into that game, was there ever, obviously a little bit of nerves probably going into a March Madness game, but how confident were you guys thinking, we can do this and pull off an upset that probably nobody really expected was going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I prayed for opportunities like that my whole life. I always asked for a chance to be the best version of myself and to be able to do the things God has given me. So being able to play a sport, like, you might be anxious, but I just felt like I waited my whole life to be able to compete on TV to be able to play against schools like that. And I wasn't going to blow the opportunity from being nervous. I was going to be super aggressive. Where I come from, you're the aggressor. You got to figure out, how to ease up as opposed to how to get turned up. And I think I just took that approach, and I think it rubbed off on the team. I just felt like I was better than all of them. I felt like my circumstances were just not the same, and that if I had the chance, I was going to show everybody why I felt like I deserved to play in the NBA. And I think that was my mentality. And if I could, stay on the court and not get in foul trouble, then I think that was the only thing that was going to stop me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's one of my favorite games to go back and watch, like old time college basketball, not even old time, like growing up college basketball games for me. Back to the NBA, want to talk a little bit about your former teammate, Damian Lillard, getting traded to the Bucks this season. Have you had a chance to talk to him about that trade, and how do you think he fits in Milwaukee?
Yeah, I have had a chance to talk to him. We talk, I'd say either weekly or every other week. All these apps that we have on our phones, whether it's Instagram or FaceTime or text. I'm happy for him. In a situation where he has a chance to compete for a title, in a situation where he gets to play alongside a really good player in Giannis. I think there's obviously going to be some adjustments they both have to make, but all in all, it's a great situation for the both of them, for sure.
And you've been in that experience of being traded away from Portland. What would you say is the most important thing when you get put in a different situation? Obviously, you were traded mid-season, but what is the biggest adjustment kind of going from two different teams?
I think it's comfort. You have to adjust to the organization, where you live, lifestyle, spacing, teammates. Like there's a lot of little intricacies that you don't really think about. Like, where's the locker room? Where's the practice facility? Where do I live? Where does he like the ball at? What type of sets does coach like to run out of timeouts? Like, you have the continuity and the consistency of playing for a team in a space at an organization. Somebody comes into town, where you're going to go eat at. Like, you have everything in place. You leave, now you have to find all those things again and kind of build your new routine in a new city, new time zone. All of those things like play a factor in your life that you don't really think about.
Mm-hmm. They talk about continuity. Obviously, this year you guys are the Pelicans. This is now going on a couple of years of you guys playing together. Do you think that's going to be a big factor in having more success this season than previous seasons?
I absolutely think it'll be easier for us to play together this year because we've had a full summer where we're able to work out together. We're able to hang out, go to dinners, watch film, and we're able to go through a full training camp. And we know what it's like to succeed, and we know what it's like to fail. So I think we've been through the ringer of all the inevitable ups and downs of a season. So I think it's going to be really, really cool to see us get through hopefully a full season healthy together.
For fans that don't get a chance to know, obviously, as much as you do, being in the practices, being there every single day, what is one player that we should be looking out for on the New Orleans Pelicans this year?
One player, Kyra's had a great camp. Jordan shoots the mess out of the ball. EJ is versatile. He's skilled. Larry's coming back. So I think there's a lot of players who are going to show a lot this year and get plenty of opportunity with some of the injuries we have on our team.
Awesome. CJ, I appreciate you taking the time. It's great getting to talk to you. Good luck this season. I'll be pulling for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.